Facts about obesity. 1. What exactly are obesity and overweight? Obesity and overweight are characterized as abnormal or excessive fat accumulations that can harm one's health. Body mass index, BMI, is a simple weight for height index that is often used to identify humans as overweight or obese. It is calculated by dividing a person's weight in kilograms by the square of his height in meters, kg/m². 2. Adult obesity and overweight. WHO defines overweight and obesity in adults as follows: overweight is defined as having a BMI more than or equal to 25, and obesity as having a BMI larger than or equal to 30. Because it is the same for both sexes and all ages of adults, BMI is the most appropriate population level indicator of overweight and obesity. It should, however, be regarded as a rough reference because it may not equate to the same degree of fatness in various persons. When defining overweight and obesity in children, age must be taken into account. 3. Children under 5 years of age. For children under the age of 5, overweight is defined as being more than 2 standard deviations above the WHO Child Growth Standards median, and obesity is defined as being more than 3 standard deviations above the WHO Child Growth Standards median. 4. Children aged 5 to 19 years. For children aged 5 to 19, overweight and obese are defined as follows: obesity is defined as BMI forage larger than 2 standard deviations over the WHO growth reference median. Being overweight is defined as BMI forage greater than 1 standard deviation above the WHO growth reference median. Tables and graphs, WHO growth standards for children aged 5 to 19 years. 5. Overweight and obesity facts. Following are some recent WHO global estimations. In 2016, approximately 1.9 billion adults aged 18 and up were overweight. Over 650 million of these adults were obese. In 2016, 39% of adults aged 18 and up were overweight, 39% of men and 40% of women. In 2016, approximately 13% of the world's adult population, 11% of men and 15% of women, were obese. Between 1975 and 2016, the global prevalence of obesity nearly tripled. An estimated 38.2 million children under the age of 5 were overweight or obese in 2019. Overweight and obesity, once thought to be a problem only in high-income countries, are now on the rise in low- and middle-income countries, particularly in metropolitan areas. Since 2000, the number of overweight children under the age of 5 has climbed by about 24% throughout Africa. In 2019, Asia was home to over half of all children under the age of 5 who were overweight or obese. In 2016, nearly 340 million children and adolescents aged 5 to 19 were overweight or obese. Overweight and obesity have increased considerably among children and adolescents aged 5 to 19, from 4% in 1975 to slightly over 18% in 2016. Both boys and girls have seen an increase in obesity. In 2016, 18% of girls and 19% of boys were overweight. In 1975, less than 1% of children and adolescents aged 519 were fat. By 2016, more than 124 million children and adolescents, 6% of females and 8% of boys, were obese. 6. What factors contribute to obesity and overweight? Obesity and overweight are caused by an energy imbalance between calories consumed and calories burned. Globally, there has been an increase in the consumption of energy-dense foods high in fat and sugars, as well as an increase in physical inactivity as a result of the increasingly sedentary character of many forms of labor, changing modes of transportation, and increasing urbanization. Environmental and societal changes associated with development, as well as a lack of supportive policies in sectors such as health, agriculture, transportation, urban planning, environment, food processing, distribution, marketing, and education, frequently cause changes in dietary and physical activity patterns. 7. What are the most prevalent health implications of being overweight or obese? Raised BMI is a major risk factor for non-communicable diseases such as cardiovascular diseases, primarily heart disease and stroke, which were the leading cause of death in 2012, diabetes, musculoskeletal disorders, particularly osteoarthritis, a severely disabling degenerative joint disease, and some cancers, including endometrial, breast, ovarian, prostate, liver, gallbladder, kidney, and colon. With increasing BMI, the risk of several non-communicable diseases rises. Childhood obesity is linked to an increased risk of adult obesity, untimely death, and disability. Obese children, however, have respiratory issues, an increased risk of fractures, hypertension, early signs of cardiovascular disease, insulin resistance, and psychosocial consequences, in addition to higher future hazards.